Today's video is all about the money. Let's take a look at the 10 richest wrestlers of 2023. Coming in at number 10 is the Tribal Chief with a net worth of $15 million. Roman Reigns has earned a majority of his money from his contract with the WWE. It's reported that he makes $5 million a year. When you consider that along with his merchandise sales and brand endorsements, it's not shocking to see him on this list. Being the face of the company for nearly a decade will usually make you one of the richest wrestlers. This is just the beginning of his career. Roman Reigns is expected to follow his cousin's path and pursue Hollywood projects. With his acting skills improving during this historic heel run, it'll be interesting to see how that does work out if he lands a big film role. I predict in another decade he'll jump on this list. At number 9, we have a tie between The Big Show and Batista for $16 million. The Big Show made a majority of his money in WWE. What's interesting is that he was making $1.5 million in 2015 by the end of his career. Vince McMahon really took care of him for all those years of service to the business. Big Show also had some acting opportunities like his sitcom show on Netflix, The Big Show Show. However, those weren't really too big of projects. Batista, on the other hand, has been thriving in Hollywood since leaving WWE. Since he was one of WWE's top stars during the Ruthless Aggression era, he made a good amount. The difference is that his career did not last as long as The Big Show. Instead, Batista's been earning a lot of his money from his big movie roles. For example, he reportedly made $3 million for his role in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. With the third film coming out soon, he should make another $3 to $5 million. Batista is really winning at life. With $1 million more, The Undertaker is at number 8 for a total net worth of $17 million. Similar to the Big Show situation, Vince McMahon and the WWE took care of The Undertaker later in life. He was reportedly earning $2.5 million a year for the last few years of his career when he was only wrestling a few matches a year. Taker also received a large payday for his Saudi Arabia matches. Shawn Michaels revealed that he was paid $3 million for his return match in 2018. You can assume that The Undertaker earned around the same amount for his matches at those shows. The WWE also signed him to a 15-year contract a few years ago. This includes WWE appearances, documentaries, and other things like signings. It's safe to say that the dead man is set for the rest of his life. Kurt Angle and Hulk Hogan share the number 7 spot, with each of them earning a total of $25 million. Kurt Angle and Hulk Hogan saw massive success during their time with WWE. Hogan was a top guy in the 80s for WWE, and in WCW he was making even more money during his NWO run. As for Kurt Angle, he revealed that he made $1 million in his debut year. The WWE clearly saw value in the former Olympian and made sure he got good money. Both men also joined TNA and made a lot of money from that promotion as well. Angle said he was making 7 figures a year with TNA, and Hogan was most likely getting a similar deal. Kurt Angle reportedly makes $2 million a year through his films, wrestling appearances, podcasts, and merchandise right now as we speak. So he's still making a lot of money. The Beast Brock Lesnar is next on this list. It's being reported that he has a net worth of $28 million. That is a lot of money for his crops at his farm. Brock Lesnar has earned this net worth from WWE, the UFC, and brand deals like the one with Jimmy John's, despite that deal expiring and not being renewed. Similar to Roman Reigns, his current contract is $5 million a year. From that total net worth of $28 million, it's being reported that $6 million came from the UFC. That means a majority came from Vince McMahon's checks. Since he's still in great shape, you can expect to see Brock Lesnar in WWE for as long as he can to keep making that money. Wrestling 5 matches a year for $5 million is insane. We've reached the halfway point in this video, and we have Stone Cold Steve Austin, who has a net worth of $30 million. It's really fascinating to see how much money he accumulated throughout his wrestling career, considering that he made most of his money in around 6 or 7 years, whereas most of these guys on this list had to do that for decades to earn their millions. However, that just tells you how big Stone Cold Steve Austin was during the Attitude Era. It also helps that he was the hottest thing in the business when the wrestling world was at its peak. Reports say that he earned around $12 million throughout his contracts with WWE, but a large amount of his money came from merchandise sales. His Austin 316 shirt sold $500 million in the late 90s, and that is a wrestling record. WWE reportedly pays their wrestlers 25% of net profits, and it's not hard to believe that a lot of his millions came from the sales of that shirt alone. Austin is now featured in films, is the host of his podcast, and makes appearances throughout the pop culture world. Since he's technically a WWE superstar, we had to add Logan Paul onto this list. The celebrity has a net worth of $45 million, and almost all of it came outside of the WWE. He signed a 3-year deal with WWE for $15 million that is set to last for 3 years. That means he's earning $5 million a year from WWE. The rest of that came from his YouTube earnings, huge brand deals, merchandise sales, real estate investments, his boxing payday with Floyd Mayweather, his podcast sponsorships, his crypto investments, and his hydration brand Prime. As you can see, Logan Paul has made a lot of money doing pretty much everything, and he's only adding more to his large net worth with WWE for the next couple of years. I think he's going to lock in another deal once this one expires, so you should expect another $15 million coming his way. Logan Paul is going to make a lot of money with the WWE. John Cena is number 3 and has a net worth of $80 million. The 16-time champion has made a lot of money from WWE. It's even being reported that he earned $8 to $10 million a year before he stepped away from WWE. That is one of the highest contracts in the history of wrestling. Despite this, John Cena does not appear in WWE anymore that often. He spends most of his time nowadays in many different Hollywood projects. John Cena has been featured in a ton of movies ranging from the Fast and Furious franchise to landing a role with the DC Universe as Peacemaker. John Cena has taken The Rock's route and will most likely make even more money throughout the next decade, and I predict that he's going to be a billionaire by 2033. Triple H is number 2 on this list with a total net worth of $150 million. Hunter made his fortune from his wrestling career, his executive role, equity with the company, and marrying Stephanie McMahon. This is their combined net worth. The two have made millions together with WWE and could make even more money if the company's bought out. Triple H and Stephanie McMahon are expected to make an additional $180 million together if it is sold. $170 million of that would be from Stephanie McMahon alone. That is her portion. Triple H really is the smartest player in the game. The number 1 richest wrestler of 2023 is The Rock with a total net worth of $800 million. The Rock took the biggest risk of his life. He left WWE for Hollywood, and it was clearly the right decision since he's been making hundreds of millions of dollars. The Rock has his own production studio. He recently purchased the XFL. He's also started many businesses like his tequila brand. The Rock is simply the richest person to come out of WWE, and I don't think that will ever change. He's going to be a billionaire very soon. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.